welcome to today's NCCR workshop news. We are today going to talk about something that is not there. So because you see over there, maybe you can figure it out already, you can see the throttle body, right? There's something missing here.
Yeah, the wall. The wall of the north. No, it's not the wall of the nose of the north. It is the wall of the charcoal. It's a charcoal box.
Yes.
Yeah. So Airbox. Airbox is all about volume.
We want air. That's why it's an air box and not a put all the plastic stuff in it and charcoal box.
I don't know. I think it was because of the packaging and when they need to match the Euro 3, they were running out of space and back on, I think the XB and also on the 1125 with the California models, they had this funny round charcoal filter box on the side, and with the EBR 1190 they integrated it into the Airbox, and on the top is the legendary Evap valve. What might make some trouble, and if you want to stay legal, I think depending what country you're riding, depending how you are structured in your behaviors.
That too, of course.
Then and also there might be some trouble regarding the ventilation itself with this Evap. So I think Jacob Stark's Evap kit is for the people who want to stay like legal and want to have an easy fix and want to keep that in. It's a very good solution.
Yeah. But we want volume.
We want volume, and honestly, a motorsport engineer for volume of, I would say, at least 1 liter, he literally would kill, because this is something what you don't want to have in the Airbox if you can choose. So the World Superbike, they had them in because the rule book said you are not allowed to modify. So what we said now, it's always good to look into the history.
So how does it look when you look at the XBs and the 1125?
Yeah, magic. How can that be? They have, of course, because they are pre-Euro 4, they have no charcoal box, at least not in California, and all have this little valve here in the frame. It is a seat with a ball, and when the bike starts moving,
it rattles around.
Yeah, and the tank is venting.
Yes.
All the bikes, including the EBR 1190, have this valve. So at the end,
the thing is, when it stands still, then this ball will fit onto the valve and it will be closed.
Yeah. So what we have done now, Julia looked into it and said, okay, what we can do with the original Airbox. The original Airbox is a super complicated piece.
Yes.
If you never looked into it, it holds the upper piece of the throttle body, it holds the injectors, there are all the connectors, so the air cleaner is sitting here. So honestly, it's not an option to make it new part.
No, he was like, can't you draw up a new one? I was like, no, I'm not gonna draw this one up. So we have to modify this one.
Yeah. So and then we said, okay, how we can do that, and let's make a project out of that. Maybe the people can do it yourself, or for this one who cannot do it by themselves, we will offer it also. Chess Ogard in the US will do it for the American market. But Julia's core idea was let's share something for free. So everybody who is
handy in a
way can, what is the name of this nice tool?
The multi-tool, the Dremel multi-tool.
Yeah, you need to have a Dremel, and you need to have some tools. And then,
basically, he started slaughtering it. He used the big angle grinder and took out all the big parts. So basically, like, chop it right off, just go crazy with it, and you get a lot of funny parts. And also,
you need to chop the top first.
Yes.
You see it on the.
It has a lid.
On the lid, and then you find exactly a half liter of charcoal. Smells a little bit fuely.
Fuelish, yes, it does.
Fuelish, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but maybe. Yeah. So.
No.
So.
No drugs on TV.
No. So. Yeah.
So when you start chopping this out and you go easy. When you start getting lower here, just go easy, follow the lines a little bit. And you also have this part that we left in still.
Yeah, that is this part here. For that we might have in the future another usage. Maybe for a sensor what should not be connected to the Airbox climber at all time. So we kept that, and we also kept this connection here because here we come with we made here a metal connector inside, so we come with the original loop, and then we go into the Airbox. That means there's absolutely no modification of the bodywork necessary for these modifications.
Mm-hmm. So then when you have chopped out all the big pieces, that's when you need the multi-tool, because some smaller parts and angles are just not possible with a big tool. So that's why I have to go this time. Make it really nice and small. And just take your time, really. This is nothing you do in half an hour.
No. I would say, and this is what we build. If somebody say, oh, I don't want to do that, I want to send my Airbox to NCCR or to Chess, I think we will build for the whole thing like 2 hours, and of course the parts that Julia will say more. The thing is, you really need to take it easy, and you will also get openings because there's some structure where you break through, and of course the Airbox need to be sealed. Yes,
you don't want to be drawing any false air, because that's just no. So what you do is I made a file, so it's a 3D print file. So what you get out is a pretty much flat but flexible piece of plastic, and you glue that in. So they have to think about a couple of things. The material that you choose for printing, for instance, it has to be fuel resistant, and it has to be able to take heat. Like, it doesn't have to be able to take 250 degrees Celsius, but we said about 100 to 150 degrees Celsius at least. Same goes for the glue also. And
we use Sikaflex.
Yes, we use the hardware.
And again, I didn't like it.
You're not a fan of that, are you?
No, always when I use Sikaflex for these detailed things, I'm not satisfied. So we will look maybe for something else, but yeah, the 3D printed part, then you need to grind the Airbox that it fits nicely, or you need to draw your own part.
Be my guest. You can use mine or do your own, but mine will be available, so we will include a link down below in the description where you can just download it, but then you will have to upload it in your own slicer program for the 3D printer, and I chose to do it in 0.12 millimeter layers. Then I think it will be the nicest. But the thing is, it is 0.9 millimeters thick, so it's still flexible, but it is also stable, and it also comes with the ears, so you can.
You need to force it in the position for the gluing process.
A lot of clamps,
and then you need to connect the tube, and then the hose, and then the hose is going out in the back, nearly exactly like it comes out on the 1125, where the same hose is going. This is exactly 1125 hose with this poly tube on the end. So it ends up in the poly tube, what you can hide somewhere.
Or have a catch can.
Or you can have this, of course, also in a catch can if you need to, if you want, or if you need to follow a rule book.
Yeah, or if you're going racing, then you also should have a catch can. But that's also depending on the rule book and on your country. Same goes also with the glue. We don't know what you have in your country.
Yeah.
So if you do it yourself, be sure to look everything up before so you don't end up with something weird.
Yeah. So we will offer, first of all, Julia will offer for free this file to
That's
download.
Just grab it, print it.
Yeah, and we will also put for the modification kit with a printed part. For people who have no access to 3D printing, we will offer the printed part and the hose, poly tube, and some plumbing. This rubber piece where it goes here through the airbox.
That was also a funny story. So you know we're a workshop, so you would think that we would have all the small parts that you would need to do something like that, but you know the rubber thing. I don't know the actual.
Grommets.
It's a grommet.
I think it's a
Oh,
rubber
that sounds
grommet.
so British. It's a grommet.
I think it's
So,
a rubber grommet.
The rubber grommet, we didn't
Yeah.
have the right size, so we had to go to Shell, our neighbor actually, he's an electrician.
A great
and
blues
musician.
musician. Yeah.
So actually in the rehearsal room, which he has in his barn, there he had like this old, I guess it was a
Coffee
tin, yeah, with all the old grommets that he had collected throughout the years, and there the perfect one was, and I can tell you it's Volvo.
Yeah.
So
first he said he thought it's Mercedes.
yes, but it turned out to be Volvo.
So this is the Volvo part,
yes.
and we will put that all together in a kit. It will be not very expensive, and then we will also make a description how to make the modification, and what you could also do if you don't want to do it by yourself. You can send your Airbox to Chess in the US or to us here in Europe, and then we will modify it and send you back
The fixed one.
a fixed one. Or we have some Airboxes, Chess that here I think we have also 4 or 5 brand new ones. You could also, without exchange, buy the modified Airbox, and then you're ready to go. Then you are rid of the, oh yeah, there's also plug, important.
Yes.
What plug the manifold where the original hose from the Evap was sitting.
As you probably have seen, we do not use the solenoid. That's also something we might want to say.
Yeah, of course, the solenoid, but we didn't cut it off. We didn't cut it off here, the structure, because we said, maybe one day we find a way to embed a blip system, and then this would be the that would be the place for the actuator for a blip system. And this is why I would say, if you do the modification, of course it screams for cut me off, but I would keep it for the moment. Maybe
you never know what we come up with.
Yeah, exactly, or somebody else maybe.
Yeah, sure.
And then this is a perfect spot for it. So you gain 1 liter of Airbox volume.
You shed weight, like 700 and how many grams was it?
Yeah, I think it was a quarter of a kilo. What you get, 3/4. Yeah, sorry, 3/4 of a kilo. What you get rid of in weight on the high point. Super important.
Yes,
Of course,
such
you
a
will
repetitive.
feel it. You will corner.
Like
So-
never before.
Yeah, exactly. And you are, I think also the engine will run nicer. That was my feeling when we started this one up, because this pulsing, and there I'm 100% with Jacob Stark, this pulsing of this Evap have an influence on the idle. So yeah, I think this is exactly the modification any EBR should have. So. Yeah, download the file, start up the Dremel.
Yes.
Find
Take
the
your
grommet.
time. Find the right grommet. And also one thing that I saw when I printed mine, but also it depends very much on the printer. I'm using a Tilbury Sidewinder X1, so
Cheap one.
yes, it's not the fly me to the moon, absolutely craziest best one. But it does the job. The only thing that I saw is when you see the file, you understand what I mean, because the two flat surfaces are not on the same level. So the smaller portion that goes in here, it's like ear shaped kind of. So this ear is about 2 millimeters higher than the other bigger, longer surface. So you will need support structures under that, and that can be a pain, to be honest, because I was standing and grinding off that support from under that little ear for, I don't know. So now we're in Fusion 360. This is where I usually draw. So this is what the part looks like. What I was talking about before, you can see that this plane and this plane are not on the same level, so this is about 2 millimeters difference. This is what it looks like if you open it in the actual CAD program. What you will see is this when you follow the link. So this is also still Fusion 360, but up in the right corner, here it's German, so it says herunterladen, but it will say download, and here you can choose how you want to download. You can directly take it as an STL and then feed it into your slicer program for the 3D printer. But you can also download the actual file and change it if you're also using Fusion 360 or Inventor or whatever floats your boat, basically. But that is what it looks like. And then you put it in your slicer. I'm now using the Repeater Host slicer with a funny 3. It works with Cura, it doesn't matter which one you prefer to work with. And you need quite a large bed to print on it, so mine is 400 by 400 and I have to do it diagonally so that it will be on all the way. And you can see that it is red here, which means that it will need support. I also use support for the holes, but that's optional. That depends on how well your printer does without support. So this is under here where you will need the support. And when you slice it, for me I used columns now. Maybe that was not very smart because I had a hell of a lot to do to get this part here out. That one. But you see, oops, sorry, wrong direction. It's the opposite direction of the Fusion 360. But you see that also in the holes there is support that you will have to peel out. So if your slicer and your printer can handle it without the support in the holes, that's really cool. Also under the bridge here, that one. But under here you will definitely need it because it is just floating in the air. So yeah, that is what it looks like. And I use 0.12 millimeters for layer height, and the first layer is 300 micrometers, so 0.3 millimeter. And an infill of 20%. So depends. I use PLA now, but you can use ABS because that would probably be better because of the fuel resistance and the temperature also. So if you can print ABS, I would say that would probably be better, but it works with PLA and it's still flexible. And yeah, that's how you do this.
Yeah. Check out the download link if you want to try it out. We're happy to hear from you.
Yes, and if you run into any challenges, just ask us basically.
Or have ideas.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and also talking about 3D print, Chas did a really cool thing the other day.
Yeah, right. He put an 1190 Airbox cover on an 1125. And there you have a different angle for the screws and everything. So Julia and Chas together figured out some adapters. That's also something what Chas have available now. If you want to adapt to your 1125 and an 1190 cover.
Yeah, you're gonna have to ask him for the lower points because I only designed the two upper ones because they're symmetrical, so you can just mirror the same piece. Yeah. But the lower ones he solved, so you'll have to ask Chas how he did that.
So a lot of things going on, coming more. Stay tuned. Thanks for your time. Welcome back. Sign at our subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and
if you don't want to miss the next episode.
Yeah.
And take care, everyone, in these crazy times, and be safe.
Yeah, stay all safe, and we see you here next Friday. Take care.